Dexter the comedian. I answered this and I think I'll never do that again. Dexter the comedian. It sets you up too much. But it is a hard act to follow. She's great. And it's really good to be here, and I want to thank everybody for coming out on a Tuesday night. I can't believe I did myself. I'm still shopping. It's the holiday season's over, the shopping season's over, whatever. I'm still shopping. I went just today. I parked in a parking lot, and I went to go into Target, and I missed. Come on, I wrote that today. You gotta give me a break. It's like that, I like the big laughs and all that. I went into me and my wife are trying to have a baby. It's not easy because some people just sneeze and they get pregnant. We haven't had that experience. But we went into a gynecologist today, talking to him, and he's saying, well, there's two things in the air. Two things that can get you pregnant. So we're like, really? Two things in the air can get you pregnant? I go, is this like a joke or what? He goes, no, there's two things in the air that can get you pregnant. I said, what are they? He said, legs. All right, I have a story to tell. It's a true story, and I've told it before, and people seem to think it's funny. I can't understand completely why I do, because it would happen to me, and I haven't had a drink for 22 years. That's not the funny part, but that's the truth to set this up. And everybody applauds for that. Listen, you would never do it yourself, would you? If you're a drinker, you're like, how could that guy do that? I would personally, I would never do it. I had to do it. I was a wreck, the old story. But last year on New Year's Eve, I decided to go to a club in Harlem with my wife, and it was a jazz club. It was really cool. And it was really nice. We got out at 1 o'clock. And to get into the story, I came back across the George Washington Bridge into New Jersey, which I live. Some of you guys live in New Jersey. I live in Guttenberg, or Edgewater, New Jersey. And we went into Edgewater. I went around a snowbank because that year it was snowing. This was last year, snowing all the time. And get pulled over. Now, I had 21 years at that time of just clean from even doing Tylenol 3, And I don't know how I did that myself either, It's kind of crazy to look at that alcohol and stuff. But so we get pulled over, and two cops come to my door. They want to know if I had something to drink. And I said, no, I had nothing to drink. Not at all. He goes, are you sure you had nothing to drink? And he looks over at my wife. She just sits there, doesn't say anything. And I said, I haven't had anything to drink in 21 years. He didn't pick up on that. He says, well, we just still need, the two cops kind of confer with each other. They said, we still need to do a sobriety check. So I go, okay, what the hell? I was getting nervous, but, so he wanted me to say my ABCs. Now, I haven't said my ABCs clearly at all, unless when I was in 3rd grade. And I had a block with it. I couldn't really say A, B, C, D. I couldn't get to the end. I couldn't get after Q. I was all messed up. And so now they're telling me they want me to say it to prove that I'm sober, which I was anyway. So I was like really frustrated and stuff. The true story. And but my teacher back then, she was like always getting on me to get it right, and I could never get it right. The kids would laugh, so it would make it harder for me because of that. I never took it personally, but it was like something I couldn't do. I didn't want to do it, that kind of thing. And she said, one day you're going to need this. And I thought for the 15 seconds I had in that driver's seat with that cop, I thought to myself, you need your Social Security number. You need your phone number. You need like certain numbers. You need, when you call places, you have to have your account number. Can you imagine bringing back your cable box? And they say, okay, you're going to bring back your cable box, just prove who you are, say your ABCs. I mean, it just doesn't happen. And so I'm really concerned with this whole situation. So I start to do it. I have to do it, And so I go A, B, C, D. No, I go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. He says, hold it. I said, hold it, I'm starting to say it. He said, you can't sing it. You can say it, but you can't sing it. And two cops look at each other like cutting, it looks at each other like, he's got to do this right. So my wife didn't say a word the whole time, and I couldn't find my New Jersey driver's license, which didn't help. And so she's going through the credit card, the whole pile of stuff I had, to find my driver's license. And so I went A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, W, X, Y, Z. Oh. See, I'm telling you, this is just like, can't do it, you know? I don't even care to do it. And so he goes, so he says, you're going to have to say it again. So I do it again, and then my wife leans forward, puts her hand towards the steering wheel, pushes me back into the seat with her fist, and says to the cop, he's doing it wrong. He's making mistakes. I swear to God. And she goes, he messed up on 4 letters the first time, and now he messed up on 3 letters. He's getting a little bit better, but so she's getting like in with the cop, but she thinks she's helping me. So now he says, I need you to get out of the car and do more sobriety checks. I was glad to get out of the car. My wife's getting me in more trouble. So I get out of the car, and now what I'm doing is, he wants me to do my left foot in the air and hold it, and see if I can do that. And as I do that, I look, and there's six Edgewater police cars behind me. I was like really thrown back by that. I couldn't believe it. So I put my foot up in the air, and I completely fell over, but I didn't fall on the ground. So he said, now put your right foot up in the air. So I did that, and I wobbled. So I'm like failing. So I'm thinking, this is going to be messed up. I don't drink for 22 years, which wasn't hard, but it was what a pain in the ass not to have alcohol when I used to love it, and now I don't have it. And I'm doing this, and I'm going to get busted for drunken driving. DWI, I'm going to get it. And so now he wants me to walk the line. So I walked the line down the middle of the highway. They must have closed the road off in the middle of down the line, and I fall off the line 2 or 3 times. So I'm like, I'm really bad at this. And what he did was, my wife found the license. She put her hand out the window. She didn't get out of the car. Put her hand out the window, showed that I had the license, and they let me go. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I talked to people afterwards. I talked to people in the law enforcement business. They said, you did everything that he asked you to do. You might have not done it very well, but you did everything he asked. If you're drunk, you're just going to have a hard time even getting into the act of doing something they ask you to do. But that's a story, and I really appreciate being here. And,
Straight up on stage, he just had trouble getting off of it. Thank you, Dexter, the comedian. I grew up in Wisconsin,